With Mike McCarthy reportedly moving on from the Cowboys, speculation about who could replace him has already begun. The Cowboys' next head coach will need to navigate high expectations, intense media scrutiny, and a deeply invested fanbase. Below, we examine some potential candidates and weigh their pros and cons. With Mike McCarthy's departure from the Dallas Cowboys, the search for the next head coach is already sparking speculation. Dallas is one of the NFL's most high-profile coaching jobs, which comes with its own set of unique challenges. Here's a deep dive into some potential candidates, weighing their pros and cons. Robert Saleh. Pros. 1. Defensive mastermind. Saleh's background as a defensive coordinator and his success in transforming the New York Jets defense into a top-tier unit highlights his expertise. The Cowboys have struggled with consistency on defense, and Saleh could provide the discipline and structure needed to maximize their talent. 2. Leadership and culture builder. Known for his fiery energy and ability to galvanize a locker room, Saleh has proven he can foster a competitive culture, even in challenging circumstances. This could be a perfect fit for a Cowboys team in need of a stronger identity. 3. Experience in high-pressure markets. Coaching in New York has given Saleh a first-hand understanding of navigating media scrutiny and intense expectations. This skill would be invaluable in Dallas, where the spotlight never dims. 4. Focus on fundamentals. Saleh emphasizes tackling, gap discipline, and situational awareness, traits that would address some of the Cowboys' recurring issues in crucial games. Cons. 1. Limited offensive expertise. Saleh's expertise lies almost exclusively on the defensive side of the ball, raising questions about whether he could effectively oversee the offensive direction. The Cowboys might need an innovative offensive coordinator to complement him. 2. Mixed results as head coach. While Saleh has had moments of brilliance with the Jets, his tenure has been marred by inconsistency. Critics might question whether he can elevate a team to championship contention. 3. Adaptability concerns. Saleh's success has largely come with rebuilding teams, but managing a high-profile, high-expectation organization like the Cowboys requires a different approach. Adjusting to the demands of America's team could be a significant challenge. 4. Fit with ownership. The Cowboys' front office, particularly Jerry Jones, tends to be heavily involved in personnel decisions. Saleh's straightforward and no-nonsense approach might clash with this dynamic, raising potential concerns about synergy. While Saleh brings leadership and defensive expertise that could elevate the Cowboys, questions about his offensive direction and adaptability to Dallas' unique challenges loom large. He remains an intriguing, but not flawless, candidate. Robert Saleh could be a strong choice for the Dallas Cowboys' next head coach. Known for his ability to connect with players while maintaining accountability, Saleh embodies the balance needed to lead a team with high expectations. Players respect him for his motivational style and strategic mind, which fosters a culture of discipline and trust, qualities that have been sorely lacking in Dallas at times. Under Saleh, you can almost guarantee the Cowboys would field a top-5 defense. His ability to craft dominant defensive units, as seen with the Jets and previously with the 49ers, aligns perfectly with Dallas' need to maximize its talent on that side of the ball. With the right defensive playmakers already on the roster, Saleh's expertise could elevate the Cowboys' defense into a true championship-caliber unit. The key to Saleh's potential success in Dallas would be his choice of offensive coordinator. If paired with an innovative offensive mind who can revitalize the team's attack, Saleh could provide the leadership and balance necessary to bring the Cowboys back into Super Bowl contention. His disciplined, no-nonsense approach fits the tough, gritty mentality fans have been yearning for in their next head coach. While the pressure in Dallas is unlike any other, Saleh's measured demeanor and ability to build a strong locker room culture suggest he could thrive in such a challenging environment. With the proper support staff and offensive game plan, Saleh has the tools to finally guide the Cowboys to the long-awaited Lombardi Trophy. Brian Schottenheimer, Cowboys OC. Pros. 1. Familiarity with the organization. Schottenheimer has already been a key figure within the Cowboys coaching staff, serving as offensive coordinator. His experience in Dallas means he understands the team's dynamics, the roster's strengths and weaknesses, and the unique challenges of working under the Jones family. This familiarity could lead to a smoother transition if he were promoted to head coach. 2. Extensive NFL experience. Schottenheimer brings years of experience as an offensive coordinator for multiple NFL teams, Jets, Rams, Seahawks, and now Cowboys. He has worked with a variety of quarterbacks, offensive systems, and playstyles, which could give him the ability to adapt and tailor strategies to fit the Cowboys' personnel. 3. Offensive philosophy. Known for favoring a balanced offensive approach, Schottenheimer could bring stability to the Cowboys' offense. His emphasis on a strong run game paired with efficient passing could keep the offense productive and consistent, especially with the right quarterback leading the way. 4. Player relationships. Schottenheimer has built strong relationships with players throughout his career. He is often praised for his ability to communicate and bring out the best in his team. Promoting someone who already has the players' trust could foster a united locker room. Cons. 1. Track record as offensive coordinator. While experienced, Schottenheimer's stints as an offensive coordinator have been mixed. Critics argue that his offenses have sometimes been too conservative and predictable, which could limit the Cowboys' ability to maximize their offensive talent. 2. Unproven as a head coach. Despite his long NFL tenure, Schottenheimer has never held a head coaching position at any level. Transitioning to the role of head coach requires more than just offensive knowledge. It demands leadership, game management, and the ability to oversee all facets of the team. His lack of experience in this role raises questions about his readiness. 3. Pressure of the Cowboys' job. The Dallas head coaching job comes with a unique set of challenges, including intense scrutiny from the media, fans, and ownership. Schottenheimer has not been in a position with this level of pressure, and it's uncertain how he would handle it. 4. Risk of maintaining the status quo. Promoting Schottenheimer could be viewed as a safe move rather than a bold attempt to reinvent the team's identity. Fans and analysts may perceive this hire as settling for mediocrity rather than striving for a game-changing leader. Potential coaching hire grade B. Cowboys Nation would likely meet the idea of Brian Schottenheimer as the next head coach with skepticism, and that's understandable. Schottenheimer lacks head coaching experience, and his history as an offensive coordinator has been divisive at best. However, I wouldn't completely dismiss the move. Sometimes, the best hires come from left field, and you can look at John Harbaugh as an example. Before becoming the Ravens head coach, Harbaugh was just a special teams coach, and many doubted he could lead a team. Now, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. Schottenheimer's extensive experience in the NFL, combined with his familiarity with the Cowboys organization, makes him a more viable candidate than many might initially think. That said, hiring Schottenheimer could signal something bigger about the Jones family's long-term vision for the Cowboys. Promoting him would likely reflect their desire to keep the structure they've built intact while grooming someone else, perhaps Jason Witten, to take the reins in the near future. This wouldn't be the first time the Joneses have played the long game. Schottenheimer could serve as a transitional figure, a steady hand who understands the team and allows for continuity while they prepare for the next era of Cowboys football. Ultimately, while this decision wouldn't spark much excitement from the fan base, it might not be the disaster some would assume. Schottenheimer knows the team, is respected within the locker room, and could surprise everyone if given the opportunity. His hire wouldn't be a flashy statement, but in a league where stability often wins out, it might prove to be a smarter choice than most realize. Whether it works or not, one thing is certain: if Schottenheimer gets the job, it will be clear that the Joneses are playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers. In conclusion, while Brian Schottenheimer brings familiarity and a wealth of offensive experience, there are valid concerns about his ability to innovate and lead as a head coach. His success would hinge on how well he manages the broader responsibilities of the role and whether he can adapt to the intense pressures unique to the Cowboys' head coaching position. Aaron Glenn, Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. Pros. Glenn's defensive acumen has turned Detroit's defense into a formidable unit. He's respected for his leadership and connection with players, traits that are essential for navigating the high-pressure Dallas environment. Additionally, Glenn has experience as a player in Dallas, so he understands the unique challenges and expectations that come with the job. Cons. While Glenn has excelled as a coordinator, his lack of head coaching experience might raise concerns. Transitioning to managing an entire team, especially one as scrutinized as Dallas, is a significant leap. Potential coaching hire grade A. Aaron Glenn is the ideal candidate to become the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He embodies everything Cowboys fans crave in their leader, a tough, hard-nosed coach who demands accountability from everyone in the building. Glenn's reputation as a no-nonsense motivator with a deep understanding of defensive football makes him the type of coach who can instill a culture of toughness and discipline that has been missing in Dallas for years. His success as the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator has shown his ability to take struggling units and turn them into competitive forces, a skill that would resonate with a fanbase desperate for a team that can match up against the NFL's best in high-pressure situations. What sets Glenn apart is his familiarity with the unique dynamics of Dallas. As a former player in the NFC East and someone who has spent years navigating high-profile coaching environments, he understands the demands and scrutiny that come with being part of America's team. Unlike other candidates who might be overwhelmed by the constant media attention and Jerry Jones' larger-than-life presence, Glenn seems like the type of coach who would embrace the challenge. He's a leader who would not only hold players accountable but also manage the spotlight with confidence, making him a perfect fit for the Cowboys' storied yet tumultuous culture. Glenn has the potential to bring the toughness and direction that the Cowboys need to finally deliver on their championship aspirations. Cliff Kingsbury, Commanders' offensive coordinator. Pros. Kingsbury brings a modern, high-powered offensive mindset. His air raid offense could revitalize the Cowboys' passing game, and his experience as a head coach provides valuable lessons, even if his tenure in Arizona had mixed results. Cons. Kingsbury's teams have been criticized for late-season collapses, a trend that won't sit well with the Cowboys' playoff aspirations. His laid-back demeanor may also clash with the intense demands of the Dallas job. Potential coaching higher grade, B+. Cliff Kingsbury, now the offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders, has showcased his ability to develop young talent into stars. This year, he has taken a rookie quarterback and transformed him into a standout performer in the NFL, proving his offensive schemes and coaching methods can adapt and thrive at the professional level. That type of transformation is precisely why Kingsbury has earned a legitimate shot at another head coaching opportunity. His creativity on offense, combined with his knack for maximizing quarterback potential, makes him a fascinating option for teams like the Cowboys that need a coach who can revitalize their offense. With Kingsbury at the helm, it's easy to envision him implementing a dynamic system that could elevate the Cowboys' passing game. The question, however, is whether Kingsbury could handle the high-pressure environment that comes with coaching in Dallas. The Cowboys' culture is notorious for its media scrutiny, front office involvement, and overwhelming fan expectations, a far cry from the environments Kingsbury has previously managed. While his offensive mind is beyond doubt, the ability to thrive under the bright lights of the Cowboys circus remains uncertain. That said, Kingsbury's track record with quarterbacks suggests he could be the coach to help Dak Prescott reach his full potential and possibly lead the Cowboys back to Super Bowl contention. If he could adapt to the unique challenges in Dallas, his offensive brilliance could redefine the Cowboys' identity. Kellen Moore, Eagles' offensive coordinator. Pros. Moore is a familiar face, having been the Cowboys' offensive coordinator for several years. He knows the organization and players, which could ease the transition. His offensive schemes have been productive, and the Jones family is known to value loyalty and continuity. Cons. While Moore's familiarity is a plus, his tenure in Dallas was marked by inconsistent performances in high-stakes moments. His ability to evolve as a coach remains a question, and bringing him back might feel like a lateral move rather than a fresh start. Potential coaching higher grade C+. Kellen Moore is undoubtedly one of the brightest offensive minds in football, and his resume speaks for itself. As a play caller, he has consistently designed high-scoring offenses capable of putting up points against even the toughest defenses. His ability to balance the passing and running games has been evident in recent seasons, as he's learned to incorporate a more physical, ground-based approach to complement his high-octane aerial attack. This adaptability makes him an appealing candidate for the Cowboys' head coaching position, especially given the franchise's rich offensive tradition and its hunger to maximize its talented roster. However, the biggest question surrounding Moore is whether he has the leadership qualities needed to command the entire locker room. While he has proven he can craft brilliant game plans, head coaching requires a different set of skills, motivating players, managing personalities, and maintaining authority over a group of men. The pressure in Dallas, combined with the media circus, could test Moore's leadership abilities in ways he has never experienced. Still, his familiarity with the Cowboys organization and his reputation as a rising star in coaching might make him an irresistible option for Jerry Jones and the front office. If Moore can prove he's more than just a brilliant coordinator and truly ready to lead, he might be the right man to guide Dallas back to prominence. Jason Witten, former Cowboys player, high school coach. Pros. Witten is a beloved figure in Dallas, known for his leadership and passion for the game. His deep connection with the organization and the fanbase makes him an emotional favorite. Players might rally around a coach with such strong ties to the team's history. Cons. Witten's coaching experience is limited to the high school level, which raises significant concerns about his ability to manage an NFL team. The learning curve for someone with so little experience would be steep, and Dallas might not have the patience for on-the-job training. Potential coaching higher grade, C. Jason Witten as a head coach may seem like an unconventional choice, but his legendary career with the Cowboys and his leadership qualities cannot be overlooked. Though inexperienced in coaching at higher levels, Witten possesses an innate ability to command respect from players and hold everyone accountable. His no-nonsense approach and work ethic were hallmarks of his playing days, and those traits would translate well to building a disciplined, high-standard culture in Dallas. His familiarity with the organization and its expectations also means he would hit the ground running in understanding what it takes to succeed under the Cowboys' spotlight. However, the question remains whether Witten's lack of experience would hinder his ability to manage the complexities of being a head coach. Transitioning from a player to the top leadership position is a significant leap, and success in the NFL often requires years of refining one's approach as a coordinator or assistant coach. That said, his deep understanding of the game, coupled with his passion for football, makes him a candidate worth considering. If paired with a strong staff of experienced coordinators, Witten's natural leadership could potentially steer the Cowboys in the right direction. Deion Sanders, Colorado head coach. Pros. Coach Prime has been a transformative figure in college football, bringing charisma, recruiting prowess, and a winning mentality to every program he's touched. His leadership could energize the Cowboys and attract high-profile talent. Cons. While Sanders is a magnetic figure, his lack of NFL coaching experience and perceived focus on college programs make him an unrealistic candidate. The Cowboys' position requires a different skill set, and Sanders might not be ready to step into such a high-pressure NFL role. Potential coaching hire grade B. Deion Sanders and Jerry Jones would make an intriguing pair in Dallas, as both are larger-than-life personalities with a knack for grabbing headlines and commanding attention. Deion, as a coach, is all about fostering a winning culture with charisma and intensity, while Jerry thrives on making bold moves that keep the Cowboys at the forefront of NFL conversations. Their shared ability to sell a vision and energize those around them could work to their advantage, creating a dynamic that elevates the team's profile even further. However, this pairing wouldn't come without friction. Both men are strong-willed and accustomed to being the central voice in their respective spheres, which could lead to inevitable clashes. The real question is whether Jerry and Deion could hash out their differences when their strong personalities collide. Given their shared talent as salesmen, it's reasonable to believe they would find common ground for the greater good of the franchise. Deion has proven he can motivate players and build successful programs, while Jerry is adept at providing resources and creating the conditions for success. Their mutual respect for winning might keep any disagreements from derailing their partnership. However, this dynamic could easily teeter into chaos if their egos aren't kept in check. The wild card in this scenario is Stephen Jones, who has taken on a more prominent role in shaping the Cowboys' future. While Jerry might be enticed by the buzz Deion would bring, Stephen could have reservations about the potential turbulence. He has a more measured approach to team building and might prefer a candidate who aligns with his long-term vision. If Stephen isn't fully on board with Deion's candidacy, it could lead to hesitation within the organization, raising questions about whether this partnership could truly work. Pete Carroll, former Seahawks head coach. Pros. Carroll's track record speaks for itself, a Super Bowl champion with a proven ability to build and sustain competitive teams. His experience and motivational style could bring much-needed discipline and resilience to the Cowboys. Cons. At 73 years old, Carroll might not be a long-term solution. His Seattle teams have also faced criticisms of stagnation in recent years, raising questions about whether he can still innovate in today's NFL. Potential coaching hire grade, D+. Pete Carroll would be an intriguing candidate for the Dallas Cowboys head coaching job. His track record as a Super Bowl winning coach and his ability to consistently keep the Seattle Seahawks competitive align with what the Jones family typically looks for in a head coach, someone with a proven resume who brings instant credibility to the organization. Carroll's infectious personality and player-first approach could be a perfect fit for the Cowboys' locker room, as he has a reputation for fostering a winning culture and building strong relationships with his players. His upbeat energy and charisma would resonate with fans and players alike, and personality-wise, he's someone who could get along with almost anyone, Jerry Jones included. The big question, however, lies in how Carroll and the Joneses would share team-building responsibilities. Carroll has thrived in Seattle partly because of the partnership he's enjoyed with general manager John Schneider, where both have had substantial input in personnel decisions. Would Jerry and Stephen Jones allow Carroll to have that level of control in Dallas, or would there be clashes over roster management? Carroll's collaborative demeanor suggests he could navigate the dynamics of working with the Joneses, but the lack of autonomy might still be a sticking point. Ultimately, while Carroll would check many boxes, his success in Dallas would depend on whether he and the Jones family could align their visions for building a championship-caliber team. John Gruden, former Raiders head coach. Pros. Gruden is a seasoned coach with a Super Bowl win under his belt. His fiery personality and offensive mind could reignite the Cowboys' potential, and his extensive NFL experience would command respect. Cons. Gruden's controversial departure from the Raiders following leaked emails creates PR concerns for any organization looking to hire him. The Cowboys, already under a microscope, might not want to bring in a polarizing figure like Gruden. Potential coaching hire grades. John Gruden is undoubtedly an outstanding coach with a resume that speaks for itself. He's a Super Bowl champion with a track record of creating disciplined, high-performing teams. His knowledge of the game is unparalleled, and his passion for football could inject a fiery energy into the Dallas Cowboys. With his ability to design and execute dynamic offenses, Gruden could maximize the talent on Dallas' roster and potentially mold them into a super team capable of competing for a championship. His leadership style, although polarizing, demands accountability and brings intensity that could resonate with players craving a tough yet knowledgeable coach. However, hiring Gruden would bring significant baggage. His highly publicized firing from the Raiders and subsequent fallout has blacklisted him from the league, making his return a controversial prospect. The media frenzy surrounding his hiring would elevate the already dramatic circus in Dallas to new heights, potentially overshadowing on-field success. Gruden's presence would undoubtedly amplify the spotlight on the Cowboys, for better or worse. While he could be the one to lead Dallas to its long-sought Super Bowl, Jerry Jones would have to weigh whether the inevitable controversies and distractions are worth the potential rewards. My take: who should Dallas choose? Aaron Glenn is my pick for the next head coach. His understanding of the Cowboys' culture, defensive prowess, and leadership qualities make him a great fit for this job. However, my gut tells me that the Jones family won't be able to resist the allure of Kellen Moore. The familiarity and potential for offensive excitement might be too tempting for them to pass up. Whoever takes the job will need to navigate the unique challenges of coaching the Dallas Cowboys, where the spotlight shines brighter than anywhere else in the NFL. It's a role that demands not just skill but an ability to thrive in the chaos. That wraps up today's discussion. Cowboys Nation, we've got a lot to think about when it comes to the future of this team and who might lead it. From familiar faces like Brian Schottenheimer to wildcard candidates like Deion Sanders or Pete Carroll, the options are intriguing, to say the least. What do you think about the idea of Schottenheimer as head coach? Could he surprise us, or is he a placeholder for someone else down the road? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date with all things Cowboys. Until next time, stay true, Cowboys Nation.